I'm going to wait for everyone to come in. Est-ce que les gens parlent français ou anglais? English? Yes? Okay, go. All right. So, my name is Brune Beaver. I'm the administrative director of this absolutely fantastic place. Right? We call it our Royaume Enchanté. Reid Hall, which belongs to Columbia University ever since 1964, when the Reid family gave it to Columbia University. So they received an absolutely fantastic gift. Many years later, we are now the Columbia Global Center in Paris. And because we are Columbia Global Center, we are now able to do so many new things, like staging this wonderful exhibit. And come up here, you. I remember the day that I met Monique. She said, I have an idea, I want to do an exhibit about this man, Beauford Delaney. And so she came, we discussed, and we decided that we were going to do it. And she was alone at the time, and slowly but surely she gathered people around her. Laurence Chocot, over there. Laurence was also very instrumental in helping with this exhibit, and I have to say that it's been wonderful working with these women. They're passionate, they love what they do, and voila. So now I'm going to give them la parole, as it were. Okay, thank you for...
So good evening, everyone, and welcome. My name is Monique Wells, and I am the president of a French nonprofit organization called Les Amis de Beauford Delaney, Friends of Beauford Delaney. I am also the founder and CEO of a U.S. nonprofit organization called the Wells International Foundation. And both of these organizations are extremely pleased to be partnering with Columbia Global Centers to bring you this exhibition, which is called Beauford Delaney, Resonance of Form and Vibration of Color. Now, you might wonder, what is Les Amis de Beauford Delaney? I started that organization 6 years ago when I learned that the artist, whose work we see here tonight, was buried in a grave outside of Paris, a pauper's grave, no stone. And I contacted some of Beauford's friends who were able to tell me exactly where the gravesite was located. And they asked me, was Beauford still buried? And for Americans, that's a shocking question. I learned that the French have a custom of leasing, for lack of a better word, their grave. And that Beauford was going to be exhumed that year. Beauford's friends asked me if I would pay the money, or they were going to give me the money, and if I would go and pay to have his gravesite remain intact, which I did. I won't go into the gory details. Once that was done, they decided they wanted to have a stone placed there. And because I didn't want to collect money, they didn't have enough money for a stone, we needed to collect money. I started this organization to collect the money. I started to blog about Beauford to raise people's awareness of his story so that I could collect the money. This is what got me passionate about Beauford Delaney. Okay. Once the stone was laid, I really thought that I would dissolve Les Amis de Beauford Delaney. There would be no need for it anymore. The purpose was done. But as I continued to dig into his story, and I continued to learn about his art, Beauford sort of got into my blood, and I couldn't let it go. And I got another idea. Brune has talked about an idea. This idea precedes the idea for the show, but I got the idea that Beauford should have a plaque in Montparnasse. And I thought about that and started that process, démarche in French. That took a couple of years. I thought to myself, when I get this plaque, I'm going to dissolve Les Amis de Beauford Delaney. It took a couple of years. During the time that it took to get that plaque, and we got 2 plaques actually, erected in Beauford's honor, or installed in Beauford's honor, had the idea for this show. And I went to Prue, and we talked about it, and the result is what you see here this evening. So now I've given up saying that I'm going to dissolve Les Amis. I mentioned the Wells International Foundation. This is a nonprofit that is an umbrella for all of my professional activities. I do a lot of things other than blog about Beaufort. And this exhibition is the inaugural event for the Wells International Foundation. We have 6 strategic focus areas, 3 of which are the arts, study abroad, and STEAM education. STEAM meaning science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics. And in this show, we are uniting those three focus areas for the Wells International Foundation based on this exhibition. And in a couple of minutes, I'm going to introduce you to my 2 strategic partners, one for STEAM and one for study abroad. But first, I want to thank all the people who have contributed to the success of this show. The collectors, first of all, the people who have loaned paintings. Without them, we wouldn't have a show. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. For Columbia Global Centers, who has given us this space and given us all the support that we have needed. Absolutely fantastic team here. They've opened this facility, but they've also opened their hearts to us, and I am eternally grateful for that as well. We would have never been able to do this show in the time frame that we have done it if it weren't for Columbia's goodwill, faith, love. When Broom said that I had an idea, that was a year ago this month. And we got this show together in 6 months. This is unheard of, okay? So thank you again, Columbia Global Centers. I want to thank Laurence, my co-curator, whose vision and whose expertise were essential for the way that this show is presented and all of the behind-the-scenes things that have gone on, the team that she put together to hang the show, to publicize the show, everything. Thank you, Laurence. Our donors and sponsors, we have a display panel over there that lists most, not even all, because there's not enough room on that thing for everybody who has helped us. Loads of private donors, very important sponsors whose financial contributions have helped us to mount this show. I want to thank 4 in particular. I want to thank Swan Auction Galleries. We don't have a representative of Swan here tonight. And Parimak Imo. Also, we're missing our representative here tonight, but they will be at other events that are going to take place during the course of the month. Their financial support really was critical. Intemporel, this is the Société Intemporelle, without which we would not have the beautiful catalog that is available outside there. And I want to thank, really, very special to me, the Knoxville Museum of Art. We have multiple people, I think are we 11? 11 people from Knoxville, Tennessee, Beaufort's hometown, who are here with us this evening for this special event. And they have not only supported us financially, but they are heart partners. They are partners in passion for Beaufort's legacy. And we're going to be going forward with projects after this exhibition is over. I want to mention that there are a couple of hotels that have the Beauford Delaney plaques on them. We have, I don't know if Sandrine and Julian are still here, but we have 2 hotels that have opened up their facilities to visitors from out of country, for this exhibition. And those 2 hotels are stops on a commemorative walk that I've created for Beaufort. So if you have an opportunity, come with me on one of those walks and you will see where these hotels are located. So now I want to go and introduce the two strategic partners that are working with the Wells International Foundation to bring these three elements together. First, I want to introduce Jacqueline Coffield. Jacqueline is here to represent her organization, Beauford International, which means I Dream International. And she has created a global educator program that is going to bring teachers from the United States here to learn to incorporate STEAM into their teaching methodologies. And I'm going to have her explain a little bit about that. Come on, Jacqueline.
Good night, everyone. Good evening. I just want to, first of all, thank Dr. Wells for having included me in this really amazing project. I'm so very proud of her. I've known her for like a decade, and I'm just really proud of all the advocacy that she's been doing for so many different things: education, for STEAM, for Beauford. So I just want to all give a round of applause to Dr. Wells. I'm a former school teacher. I taught science in New York City. And I also used to run an art gallery. I'm a documentary filmmaker. So I have like these two passions, around arts and sciences. And I started my company, Chicago International, 3 years ago. And basically what I am trying to achieve is world peace through the arts and through education. So that's kind of like my big mission that drives me. So education is definitely something that is, I'm very passionate about, being a school teacher. And I'm really glad that Dr. Wells invited me to include the Global Educator Program in this exhibition. One of the things I definitely am trying to encourage teachers to do is to look at ways that they can incorporate arts themes into multidisciplinary education. So whether they're a science teacher, a math teacher, a history teacher, whatever they're teaching, they can incorporate arts themes. And I think that they would be interested. They just need a little, guidance around that. So I bring them around the world. I started off bringing them in Dakar last year. And now we're going to be coming to Paris in 2 weeks. 8 U.S. school teachers will be coming to Paris for the first time. And they will be not only learning about Beauford Delaney, but they will be experiencing French culture. Their students are already learning so much. So really, ultimately, this is about impacting the students. And we're going to have a panel on February 20th here on STEAM. Again, STEAM is Science, Technology, Engineering, Arts, and Math. It's an initiative globally that's at an administrative level and governmental level to encourage students to be interested in science and mathematics. And so I'm so glad that we've added in the A for arts, because it used to be STEM. So I hope that you can come and participate in our discussion on February 20th. You can learn about, what is STEAM, how can we use it in encouraging our students to perform, increase their student performance. So this program is helping to increase global competency skills for teachers and for their students. So we really hope that you will come and be here with our teachers that are coming from the U.S. and give them a great experience and discussion around multiple intelligences and STEAM. So thank you so much.
My mom was a math teacher too. Like, she was the head of the math department in Houston, and she taught me math. And I'm just very passionate about education. It's one of the, I'm passionate about a lot of things. So the Wells International Foundation is trying to bring all of those sort of together so that I'm not this professional schizophrenic running off to do this and that and the other. For study abroad is something else that I'm very passionate about. My husband and and me, it's my husband Tom right here in front of the video camera. We have a business called Discover Paris, and we've been working with study abroad groups since 2001. Study abroad is something that I am extremely passionate about. And we have the opportunity to have the University of Arizona, Brian Carter, where's Brian? Professor Dr. Brian Carter, come on up. and tell us what you and your magnificent students have done in conjunction with this exhibition.
Thank you very much. Can you all hear me without the microphone? Is that okay? Yeah. All right, fantastic. Thank you. First of all, we are very, very grateful for being here today. We definitely appreciate Dr. Wells for her invitation, her kind invitation, to allow us to be able to work on this particular project. My students are doing something which is referred to as digital humanities. Digital Africana Studies. And what that is where we as faculty members incorporate a higher level of technology in our teaching, and we encourage students to use a higher level of technology in their understanding of course content. So part of that is through a technology called Augmented Reality. And what you'll find is a number of these paintings along the wall have been augmented. And I have a student that's going to come up and explain exactly what that is here in just a moment. But it's a project that they did something called rapid prototype development on. We arrived here on Saturday, or they arrived here on Saturday. They did their filming on Monday, and they put everything together in about 2 days or so. So I think that you'll find that this project that they did was not only very interesting, but it was also a very fine example of students really catching on to a very interesting technology, learning about these paintings through the video clips that they did of Dr. Wells, as well as our spoken word poet, and be able to synthesize that into an overall understanding of who Beauford Delaney was. So I really do appreciate their work. They did an amazing job at putting this together. And what I'd like to do very quickly is to have them come up and introduce themselves, and then they will then show you what they're going to be doing as they're walking around and helping you see the augments that they put together. So students, come on up and introduce yourselves. Maybe you can tell us what your major is and anything else that you'd like to say.
Hello all, my name is Tripp Twyman. I'm a sophomore at the University of Arizona studying business, specifically accounting, finance, and entrepreneurship.
Hello everybody, it's been a pleasure to talk to you this evening. My name is and I've been studying Russian, and I've been involved with Dr. Carter with humanities and various projects in the digital humanities.
Hi everyone, my name is Sydney Halliburton. I'm a senior at the U of A. I double major in Africana Studies and journalism. And I've been working with Dr. Carter for about 2 years now, working in the digital humanities and Africana Studies.
Hi, my name is Madison Croucher. I'm a freshman at the U of A, and I'm a public health major. And last semester I had Dr. Carter in one of my classes, and then this is the first project that I've done with him.
That's for last. Hi, I'm Kevin Bono. I'm currently majoring in computer science at the University of Arizona, and I'm working with Dr. Carter as a preceptor, which is an undergraduate TA, as well as for this exhibit.
So what you found here is that this is a very eclectic group. They don't have all the same majors, and they're not all actually in the humanities. But what digital humanities does is it brings together those that are in the sciences, in the arts, and in the humanities to incorporate various technologies to include the humanities along with those different technologies into whatever it is that we're doing. So I'll let Tripp Twyman tell you a little bit about this project and what's going on with these augments that hopefully you all will be able to experience.
Okay, Andy, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi everyone, my name is Andy. It's okay, Dan. I'm a sophomore, technically junior, but I'm doubling majoring in pre-nursing and Africana studies.
Augmented reality. Raise your hand if you've heard of augmented reality before. Cool. That's a little bit how I felt when this was first proposed to me. Effectively, what we've done is we've taken the paintings, about, I believe, 19 of them, and we've augmented them. So when you use this application that we're all going to have on our phones, you can actually point it at the painting and some media will pop up. It'll either be a poem or it'll be Monique explaining the painting in more detail to you. You can listen to that video or poem, learn a bit more about the painting, and it'll give you some context. And the goal is to help each of you develop your own understanding of the painting. You'll be able to grapple with it in more detail, if that makes sense. So, with that said, we'll get to how to do it. Blipper 101. So, this is my phone. Can we see it?
No, we can't.
There it is. There it is. So that's my phone. Also, can we just have a round of applause for Dr. Carter for leading this whole thing? He's an incredible human being. So if everyone could get out their smartphones, I don't know, okay? If everyone could get out their smartphones and follow along, that would be great, because that way we can all enjoy this together. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to the App Store. Once we're on the App Store, right, in the bottom right here, there's a little search button. Everybody go ahead and hit that search button. Then at the top in the search bar, we're going to type in Blipper.
Just an aside, does anyone have Android devices that's having trouble following this? Oh, never mind.
Okay, so if you type in Blip, it's the first one, right? B-L-I-P-P-A-R. Right, so if we go ahead and click that, it'll bring us to the Blipper app. Now mine says open because I already have the app. If you don't have the app, you can go ahead and hit get and then get the app. That would be very useful. So I'm going to go ahead and open my app. Now it'll look like this. Right now it's looking at this black countertop surface and giving me ideas about what it's seeing. If you take it over to any of the paintings, excuse me y'all, I'm going to use this one right behind you. You go ahead and point it at the painting. And then it'll come up with a video about the painting. And then for a lot of the paintings, I think almost all of them, there's more than one video clip. So after it's done, you're going to want to click on the video and the next one will come up. If you Blipper. Blipper. B-N-I. I'd show you the rest of the video, but I want you to look at the painting for yourselves. With that said, did everyone follow? Raise your hand, please, if you have any questions or don't understand. Good? Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So, everybody, I want you to know that the paintings that are augmented have a little orange sticker. Yeah. Who wants to say something?
Dr. Carter did but I'll make the sticker announcement too. If y'all are wondering which paintings you can augment, next to the title or not title, you'll see a little orange sticker. Those are the ones you can augment. Dr. Carter, will you stand here for a second? Excuse me, everyone. This man to my left is incredible. Please give me one more round of applause for him.
So the little orange stickers do represent the paintings or next to the paintings that can be augmented. The catalog also has those little emblems in it. So if you want to look at the augments once you leave here. You can do the same thing with your iPhone. You can scan the image in the catalog, and the video will come up, all right? So, to my knowledge, there's no art catalog in the world that has this. This is very special. And you're going to be able to appreciate this weeks and months after this show is over. So we're almost done. I just want to give you a couple of logistical points. If you haven't seen the catalogs, they're outside this big door right here, just over to the right. And you can have a look. And, they're absolutely gorgeous. And I want to say thanks again to Antoine Morel for all the assistance in getting that together. There are several events that are going to take place during the course of the month of February associated with this exhibition. And the piece of paper that you got when you came in lists those, among other events that are going to happen at Reid Hall during the month of February. If you want to attend any of the events, you need to be on Reid Hall's mailing list. If you are in this room and you're not on Reid Hall's mailing list, please sign up, okay? Because they're going to be sending out the invitations for the various events. Also, if you are on social media and you want to communicate about this event tonight or later, I ask that you use the hashtag Beauford Delaney. Just hashtag Beauford Delaney altogether. And finally, we're going to be having specific dates and times for visits so that you can see the exhibit again. Those will be announced by Reid Hall also. There are specific dates and times because the facility is not just open for coming and going all the time. If you want to sign up for that, we're going to have multiple dates during the month of February when you can come and see the exhibit in a much more calm environment. Okay? So that's all that I have for you this evening. I am really thrilled that you're all here. If you have any questions about anything or want to talk to me about anything that you've heard tonight or just have any thoughts in general, I'm milling around. I will let you go now.
God bless you. God bless you.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming. Enjoy the exhibition. Please tell everybody about it. Beaufort deserves to be known.